So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. For me it's got to be, I don't know, not much past 2 o'clock. As you can see, a beautiful, beautiful day. Not overly warm, but the roads are dry. The sun is out, and it's a pleasant change. So I thought I would, since I've got to go to Colville, not for college, for a change. We've had 2 weeks off. The training sprockets need doing on this, which is all well and good. I think I can remember the sprocket sizing on it, but I'm not 100% sure, and I want to put the same on, because last time we did the training sprocket, I had a set from the other bike that hadn't been used. So we just use them because we had them, and it seemed pointless buying some when they're already there. And besides making this torquier down the bottom end, it's not actually been that bad, and I do like the way it rides, and the way it puts a little 9 horsepower down. So I'm going to do that, and I thought whilst I'm going, it's nice, I'll take the different way round and record a video at the same time. That says 30, so I'm doing 33, and this says I'm doing 40. God only knows how fast I'm going then. I've been down this way once, so try not to get lost. So yeah, what I want to talk about, I've said about that I wanted to do a full review of this bike at some point, and that is there. Just got to do the training sprockets, and then I can sit down and work out what I spent, which I don't think is a great deal. Certainly not a great deal as in what needed replacing. If anything, the bulk of it is more my incompetence, but I will mention that in the video. So I thought in the meantime, sort of fill that space, I would do a 5 things I like about this bike. It's quite common, so I thought why not, and I could do the 5 things, or 3, 4, however many I can come up with I dislike about it in another video. So 2 videos for the same idea as one. Should be fun. So the first thing I'm going to mention is, let's say that I like about it, because these aren't in any particular order, is the fact that this bike just runs. And what I mean is, I've not had touch with any major problems with this bike. I've had the carb get blocked, which sort of meant AA job, but that was neither here nor there really, because just take the carb off, clean it out, put it back on again. So yeah, it's just how reliable it is. As I said, never really had a problem with it. So yeah, reliability, it's not let me down. The second thing is how simple it is. I am by no means a mechanic, never claimed to be. Even when people would ask me mechanic questions you'd ask a mechanic, I would never claim to be one. So when I do need things doing, I always end up asking my granddad anyway, because he used to brass track in his younger days, so, and plus his dad owned a garage, so yeah, I know people that can sort me out. And there's one thing he always says about this bike is how simple it is. and obviously he likes that. I mean, I've been able to, like if I've done something, I can spot a car bogging, I can spot that straight away. I've had the drum not released properly, I've managed to diagnose that, and I've not been too far off when I've sort of guessed that's how you do it. So yeah, it's quite a simple bike really, and that links me in to the third point of there isn't any computers on this, which some would argue is a bad thing. I argue it's a good thing personally. So the only bit of the only bits of electric on here is obviously all the lights and the electronic start. That's it. Which is more than can be said for a lot of bikes these days. Even in the 125 market, they're getting computers and fucking ABS, which I know is, or limp brakes, which I know is to make them compliant. But even if you just look at the bigger bikes, it's like ABS, traction control, cruise control, quick shifter, up and down, and anything goes wrong with them, you either end up back in the garage, or most part you end up going back to the dealer. So it's nice as that it's only bulbs, and even if the electrics does play up on this, it's got kickstart, so I can kickstart her up, which I have done before when the battery's got a bit flat. I've said in previous videos I think the battery needs changing, but it's working all good. So if it don't start on the kickstart, then I get concerned, but as I say, kickstart almost every time. Oh, it is every time. So yeah, fourth. We'll come back to a bit of maintenance again really, but when you do drop this, because as you know, everybody drops at least one bike. I've dropped this a few times and nothing's really broke. Besides the mirror, plastic casing, and where I did snap a clutch lever, and that is all I broke. I have bent, so I bent the bars, the old bars on here, I bent the brake lever, what else have I bent? And that's it really. I did bend the top yokes, but I did have a front end that I swapped out. So yeah, that is pretty decent when it comes to dropping, which is not something we want to do obviously, but it's the inevitable. And I think my fifth point, the fifth thing I like about this bike is it just does everything I throw at it. I've ridden this, as I said, 2 years all through. I've done days like today where it's nice and sunny. I've done days where it has absolutely lashed it down. I have done days with snow, with ice. It just did it. So yeah, I mean, it's not the fastest bike. I only had 9 point something horsepower out the factory, and I highly doubt we're still pushing 9 horsepower. So yeah, it just does everything, and that's what I want from a bike personally. I want a bike that will you can walk up to it every time, fire it up, and be on your way. So that's it for this video. I will obviously do a. Then we'll come up with 5 things I dislike about this bike in all fairness, but we'll come up with a X amount of things I dislike about the bike, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, Ride safe.